a representative has been sent to me.
Yes.
To request me to pull down, to talk to Lynn Ngugi to pull down the content. The DCI will want to come for me if Lynn does not pull down the content by tomorrow.
Oh, by tomorrow?
Yes. Personally, first of all, I don't feel intimidated because DCI are supposed to be dealing with criminals.
Yes.
I have not harassed anyone. I have not abused anyone. There is freedom of expression and freedom of speech.
All right, so happy February, everyone. And guys, I have to say, last year we said 2024 was the year of truth. And then we said this year, 2025, is the year of truth. Because our intention, even with this platform, has been to learn and relearn. And I don't want to go into a lot of details, but if you remember, last week, almost 10 days ago, we hosted an incredible woman. And I say incredible because I've had an opportunity to have conversations with Josephine off and on camera. Sometimes I know you guys, you just get to see the conversations that we are having on camera, but it's always an amazing time, even when we are bonding off camera or even preparing to have some of these conversations for you. So we hosted Josephine. Josephine is an engineer. She's an engineer and she has done an incredible job in making sure that she stays sane. And why do I say staying sane? Because what she told us about the cult that she had been in was absolutely, I don't know, it was mind-boggling. When you get to see her and when you get to listen to her, you just look at her and you are like, oh my goodness, I'm happy you are safe. I'm happy you still have your sanity. And I'm happy that you are still worshiping the God that you do believe in. And just in summary, Josephine came and she shared her story and her journey in this particular cult, and we aired the video. And one of the most shocking parts of that conversation was she did not mention any prophet's name. She did not mention any mightiest of mightiest's name. She was actually very respectful, and I saw that on the comment section. Some of you are even commending her and you are clapping for her and you are like, Josephine is actually very, she's still respectful. Even though she would have mentioned this particular man's name, she said, Lynn, mine is not to concentrate on this man of God, quote unquote, but mine is to come out and educate people and share my experience and tell you guys, you know what, this is what a cult can do to you. And this is how easily you can be initiated in this particular cult. And in a few minutes, I'm going to play for you a recording because we had a phone conversation with her yesterday. And to imagine that her life is in danger, or to imagine that the DCI are allegedly looking for Josephine so that they can fulfill the work of a mightier prophet, still bothers me. But let's go back. I'm going to play you that in a minute. So we hosted Josephine and you guys loved the conversation. You loved her story. You went out and you shared her story. On YouTube alone, that conversation is almost at 1 million views. People have actually cut it into small pieces and they're spreading it on social media, other social media platforms, TikTok, Twitter, just it's across different social media platforms, right? So we hosted her and you guys loved the interview. The comment section was absolutely incredible. As always, we say, LNN guys, you always pass the vibe check. When it comes to the comment section, you are classy, you are respectful, and you know what we don't do. We don't go back and forth. But once we aired that, something also happened. It was being shared. We noticed a trend on the comment section. There are these people who would come and they would say, the mightiest of mightiest is still, I don't know. What's your obsession with the mightiest of mightiest? Like, can't you just say this person or that person? Why does it always have to be the mightiest of mightiest? And when you say the mightiest of mightiest, what do you mean? Like, mightier than who? Like, I have to echo Josephine's words, this person is mightier than who? But we also noticed those comments on the comment section, and you know what we do? We will let you also say what you have to say. Freedom of speech, and that's what I wish people granted Josephine, her freedom of speech, because this is her story. She's not mentioning anyone's name, but she's talking to us about her life in that particular cult and how she came out, right? So we hosted her. You guys, as I said, your reactions and comments were absolutely amazing. But at this particular moment, allow me to read some, especially from people who understood what that cult is. And again, you guys, you kept it classy. Also, you didn't mention this prophet's name. It's like we actually had no time for this particular prophet. Like we would choose to mention your name, but we are still going by road. So we are not mentioning your name, and we will not mention your name. But clearly, people know, and that's the most beautiful thing about the truth. No matter how much you try to hide, the truth is the truth. So people commented, and I have this particular comments. Someone by the username MGM8490 said, Lynn, all she has said is true, referring to Josephine, right? As a former member of the church cult, I really had it rough for 7 years. I separated from family, from long-time friends, and even had issues with work colleagues. I've seen friends who left the cult being treated like lepers. I was slandered a lot, but I soldiered on. Many lost jobs out of serving the cult. Many people left their marriages, especially men, because women would treat their non-believing husbands with disrespect and even denied them sex. There was an issue of never-ending money collection to build the Lord's house, which is in Runda or Ruaka. It cost the ministry over 700 million, and yet we had orphans, widows in need. Bishops, out of pressure, became very mean on congregants and constantly shaming the working people for not contributing. Even that so-called mightiest man of God had his own flaws, which I may not mention here, and which some close bishops shared and made some of us doubt his so-called powers in seeing everything. I may not mention everything, but that church is not good for normal people. That's just one comment where this particular person is sharing about their exit from this church. One of the key things that we also witnessed and observed from Josephine's conversation was the slander. It's like he has this flock of people who will come and slander you on the comment section, and not just slander, they will also abuse you on the comment section. And sometimes I was like, wait a minute, ain't you a godly person? Like, how do you even know this language? How do you know how to see people like that and then wear those clothes and then come here and then to Kana Josephine? Classless. But another comment says, my uncle's wife joined this church over 10 years plus ago, and a well-knit family where my uncle had toiled to give them the best was shred into pieces. My uncle died depressed, an alcoholic, and a lonely man. Our cousins are estranged from the rest of us. Even the firstborn ended stabbing himself to death. He kanisa akiwacha tu. It's high time God exposes them. Hold on to that, because let me read you another similar comment. I lost my elder bro after he quit this cult. He started drinking until he died. My third-born brother quit this cult. Currently, his marriage is broken. Whenever he gets money, the first priority is alcohol, not even buying clothes or food. He sold everything he had bought already. I'm always praying for God to intervene and rescue, just for the sake of his innocent children who deserve a sober father to pay school fees and protect them. If you come across this, pray for him too. We shall win together. So another person. So there's a reason I read you those two comments together. And for me, and I remember asking Josephine that particular question, what were your withdrawal symptoms like? Because one of the things that we must acknowledge is once you leave something that is bound to abuse you, or once you leave an abusive environment, you withdraw, right? And sometimes you don't know how to cope with the reality of things, that you've been brainwashed, someone has used you, someone has taken you for granted. So what do? And you can see these men in these particular two comments, they went and they started drinking. Someone actually died from it. And I'm like, Is this why some of them would rather remain in bondage rather than coming out because they don't know how to cope with that? I don't know. But that was really sad. And someone said, I used to follow his teachings and meetings, but one day, wait a minute, you realize how classy you guys are? You ain't mentioning no names, but we know who we are talking about. But we will not mention this person by name. So when they tell Josephine that the DCI will come for you, yada yada, what do you mean? Whose name did she mention? Why are you so pressed, man? Like, why do you want your name to be mentioned? Why do you want your name to be mentioned, actually, you know? But let's continue being classy. We are still going by road, all right? So I used to follow his teachings and meetings, but one day I heard in the radio him telling people, you have backslided, go back and repent. The next thing I heard was people calling to repent, but guess who they were asking forgiveness from? Nabii Tusamehe. There and then I said, no way, I know the truth. Only Jesus has the power to forgive our sins, not a man. Run, Murife, run. All right, still by road. Run, Murife, run. Remember, the Bible says, my people perish because they lack knowledge. Another observation right there, that even when people are calling to repent, they are not saying, God, forgive me, Jesus, forgive me. They are saying, Nabii Tusamehe, like, I don't know, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But let me see if I have another comment for you. But I also love that one of the... Yeah, before I read a comment from someone who is still there, let me read this. Patrick Okech said, my dear cousin, Sister Josephine, we are proud of you as a family. We stand with you. You know we have your back anytime, anywhere. We love you. That warmed my heart to see someone from Josephine's family assuring her and affirming her of their love and telling her how proud they are that she came out of this cult, and just assuring her and being like, we love you. That really warmed my heart. Another comment, maybe before I read you, of someone who is still there. Thank you, Lynn, for this interview. I was in the same cult with this lady. I know her well and I'm happy for her so much. I left too, but with deep wounds, 3 beautiful babies and a broken marriage that was very oppressive and abusive. I thank God I still got to pick up my pieces and slowly rebuild my life again. You live, your life is a mess. You are experiencing all these things. You go deep into alcohol. You have a broken marriage. Sometimes your family has been torn apart. And now I get why someone would be like, let me stay, because even if I leave, what will happen? And if you remember our conversation, the one we uploaded recently with Rogers, he told us what cults do. Cults have the tendency to make you feel like you are loved more by the members of these particular cults than you by your own family. So they give you so much love, especially your early days. They make you, feel like you've never experienced this kind of love before. They give you so many things and you feel like they are giving you attention, they're giving you love until later on, because they have to make sure that what is the word I'm looking for? Lazima wakuchanganyishe akili, ndio wa make sure that by the time now we start demanding things from you, you are deep into this cult. So you don't know what else to do. And I would really urge you guys to go and watch that conversation we had with Rogers, so that you can get to understand how do cults, how do they move? How do they control your mind? You know what I'm saying? But I also appreciate that someone who is still in that cult sent us a comment, and they said, and all these comments are available on our YouTube channel. On the comment section, you will see some of these comments. And someone said, mtuombe tu. Some of us, we are there unwillingly. We depend on our parents for education and daily life support. Hatuna otherwise, especially if all the parents are devoted to the movement, we just have to bend low. So long as the man is still alive, this movement seemingly isn't coming to an end soon. So heartbreaking, but it's the reality. As others leave, others are joining. Don't judge us, but pray for God's intervention. That's a comment from someone who is there unwillingly. And why are they there? They've said, man, if both of your parents are actually converts, or if both of your parents are worshiping this mightiest, meticulous, mightier prophet, right? If they are still worshiping this person and they are paying your fees, they are taking care of your basics, how can you argue? You have to bend low. So even as we continue talking about these cults, or as we continue talking about this particular church, it's important for us to acknowledge that some of the people there are there unwillingly, right? They don't have a choice, because they know, if I don't do what my parents want me to do, I might not have fees at the end of the day. So I love that this person said mtuombe tu. But as we conclude with the comment section, let me say what one comment that maybe helps us move towards the next step. Director Me says, I hope someday Lynn will delve into religion versus spirituality, because as I grow older, I'm realizing that the gap between me and religion, quotes church, is growing wider and wider. Does spirituality have to be institutionalized? Quite a beautiful comment there, and quite a recommendation. And I feel even as a platform, this is something that we will dig deeper in, have conversations about spirituality and religion. And I love what they've said. Does spirituality have to be institutionalized, right? So now you have the whole comment section, and now let's go to what happened now after we aired this video. I've told you there were a couple of people who came for Josephine also on the comment section, and I love that you guys stood on business. Like, one thing you are not going to do on this particular comment section is bully someone. Like, you will not. Even if you are, let me stop there, but you will not, right? But one thing also happened. Again, as I said, there are people who watch our platform that are still in that cult. There are people who love us, but they are still in that church. And some of them, they don't know, they don't have a choice. And I love that I got on my Instagram, someone told me, Lynn, please don't mention me, but this is what we've been told to do on your channel. Again, a whole campaign to deplatform and follow. People don't get it. I already said I'm not scared of these things, you know. But hata tukibaki wakumi, we are good. We start again and we move on. So as we are loyal to the giver of this gift and not this gift itself. So one of the people that follow our platform sent me this, and they said, Lynn, please don't share my name, but this is what we've been told to do. On the WhatsApp group, there was a serious alert. Guys, it's on your screen. You can see even the capital letters. This is serious, man. This is serious. Jack Bauer is in the building, man. Can we go CTU on this thing? Like, where? This is serious. And they say, serious alert. And they say, please, don't watch this clip. It's a serious abuse to the Lord. If you watch, you give this blackmailer more money from YouTube to continue blackmail. You realize I'm not in black today because I don't want to be a blackmailer. I muga. Guys, sometimes I consider a career in comedy. Get me Dave Chappelle to seriously help me with my life. But don't watch this clip. It's a serious abuse to the Lord. Then they say, if you watch, you give this blackmailer more money from YouTube to continue blackmail. Instead of watching, so they are telling you don't watch. So they're even telling you what to do with something you've not watched. So instead of watching, just open and report so that it can be removed from YouTube. Then they put the link there and they give the directions and they say, click this YouTube link. Below it, find a report icon with a flag. Select spam and misleading. Click next. On the add details box, write false and grossly misleading information about Prophet Nani Nani. Then click report. NB, you can report as many times as you can. Again, don't watch. I think for me, the saddest thing is someone thinking you can report something you've not watched, and someone actually giving you directions to report something you've not watched. What if that show was about the coming of the Lord? Like, you could have missed the whole process of how we are going to heaven. Like, you could actually miss the whole process of how we are going to heaven because someone is telling you don't watch but report. And one of the things people also need to realize about platforms as YouTube and other social media platforms, they are not going to just, because 20,000 or 10,000 or 5,000 people reported, they are not going just to remove something because someone is telling you to report. They also have to do thorough due diligence. And again, you've already gone and you've told your people to report a clip that no one mentioned you in. Like, why? Why are you so pressed? But then, so me, I took the screenshot and I went also to our people on X and I said, the mightiest prophet has instructed his flock to report the cult video we posted on our platform. And we said, funny thing, no one mentioned his name, but the guilty ones are always afraid. My question is, since he's such a miracle worker, why does he have to subject his sheep to such a long process? I thought he can easily perform a quick miracle and the video will automatically disappear from YouTube. And I told people, feel free to watch the video in case you missed it. Because again, see, we perform miracles. I don't know why people kept telling me the lepers have walked, the sick have... That's the core business. Yeah, we want to see miracles. Like, it's our joy when a miracle is performed and someone is walking. But where did these people go? By the way, where did these people go? Like, I don't know why you have to do a whole PR campaign on X, sharing short videos of people who you claim were healed 10 years ago. Kwani you are not healing anymore? Like this year, last year, but one. See, we have new faces. Like, I mean, like... why do we still have to do a whole PR campaign with 2 or 3 people? Like, I don't know. I don't know why. But we are fans of miracles. Miracles have been performed even here on this particular platform that we don't talk about. We are actually doing this video right now because a miracle has been performed upon us by the Lord. That is why we are here. We are here by God's grace. At the end of the day, so many people are experiencing miracles in their own shape and form. We don't do whole PR campaigns on the things that, but anyway, so I'm like, hey, so you do a quick miracle, then the video, because man, this process is long. 7 steps on how to report a video. But anyways, so we went and we said that the video is still on. Obviously, I'm counting on YouTube trying to delete that video so that they can also tell us, what did we do? We didn't mention you. There's no image of you. You've decided to make yourself the victim. Like, we could be talking about a whole prophet in Zambia or Tanzania or Uganda, but still by road. Moving on though. So we got a call from, of course, these things have happened and I wasn't even going to talk about this. I wasn't even going to talk about the whole reporting video. No. But yesterday, I think yesterday, our producer EJ got a call from Josephine, and also I had a moment to talk to Josephine. And usually when we air these shows, we ask the people who are in the show, how was the show for you? Do you love it? Have you gone through the comment section? People really appreciate what you did. And Josephine, as I said, is one strong person. And she was so excited even when we uploaded the video. You showed up to her YouTube channel, and if you've not checked it out, please check it out. And you guys were really excited about her. You went to her YouTube channel, you supported her, you subscribed, went to her song and you showed her some love. And yesterday we had a call and she's like, I'm hearing a lot of things that the DCIs are after me. So this is obviously allegedly. And I know this clip will get to be watched by the DCI. And I hope they realize protecting Josephine is their priority, not arresting her. Protecting her and not calling her because a mightier prophet has spoken, and a mightier prophet who was not mentioned is talking about cybercrime. I don't know. But again, let me play you this. It's long overdue. This is the conversation I had with Josephine, and let's just hear it from her. And yeah, let's listen together. Hey, Josephine.
Hi, Lynn.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Sorry, it took me forever to get home.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes, talk to me.
Yes. Now, a representative from this church, this particular church that I don't know, a representative has been sent to me.
Yes.
To request me to pull down, to talk to Lynn Ngugi, to pull down the content. So I asked this person, Lynn, I told this person, Lynn's channel is an open channel. Content belongs to Lynn.
Yes.
And people use Lynn's channel to share their stories. So me, I just used Lynn's channel to share my story. So what's the offense? And who is pressing charges? Because this person was telling me DCI are looking for me. They sent a friend of mine to tell me that DCI are looking for me.
So now this representative from this church,
Yes.
just so I get you right, the representative sent a friend of yours.
The representative tried to call me. I was unreachable.
Yeah.
He reached a friend of mine who is also probably my colleague to talk to me so that we can meet up. So we decided together with my friend to meet up with this representative. And then this representative is telling me, requesting me to talk to Lynn to pull down the content, that the matter is now with the cybercrime and with the DCI.
Okay.
So I asked this person, okay, what is the criminal offense? And what is the problem with that content? Because that is my story.
Yes.
Lynn's channel is just a platform. And if there's anybody who has charge over that content, it is Lynn. So what is my offense? What is the offense in that story? Then he tells me that a picture of a certain man of God has been seen on that content. What I told him, I have to go and watch the content because I haven't watched it. I only know what I said.
Yeah.
And I didn't mention anybody's name.
Of course.
To the best of my knowledge, only my pictures are there. So if there's any other pictures apart from mine, then I'll have to rewatch and confirm. So I didn't give him my word. But a few minutes ago, I'm being called that the DCI will want to come for me if Lynn does not pull down the content by tomorrow.
Oh, by tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the threats I'm receiving.
All right. So let me ask first, how do you feel?
Personally, first of all, I don't feel intimidated because DCI are supposed to be dealing with criminals.
Yes.
I have not harassed anyone. I have not abused anyone. There is freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And that was just my story on Lynn's channel. So I have no problem. Yes.
How do you feel about having shared your story?
I feel okay. I feel somebody needed to be helped. People need to have some knowledge. At the same time, my purpose was to just enlighten people, which I've done my part. Whoever chooses to be enlightened, that's up to them. Whoever does not want to listen to it, everybody has a choice to listen to whatever he wants to listen to. And the channel is open. So if the content does not fit somebody, it's in her position or his position not to listen to it, or rather not to watch it.
And also, how do you, has anyone from the DCI called you? Have you received strange numbers? Can you verify this is the DCI calling you? Has anyone told you we need you to present yourself in this and such station?
I haven't received any call from any DCI. I haven't received any call from any police.
Yeah.
I haven't received any number that indicates somebody from the authorities. But this is just information I'm receiving from a friend. And this particular representative met me and we talked. And he was requesting me to request Lynn, not even to request Lynn, to tell Lynn to pull down the content. Or else the matter is with the cybercrime office. I don't even... I think he mentioned cybercrime office and he mentioned DCI.
personally, do you think this is something that would happen, or is this something that has happened once someone comes out and shares their story? Is it obvious that they are likely to be intimidated and that this person can even use the authority to intimidate someone?
Yes, it's very much possible, because this representative was mentioning a story of someone who shared a story and apparently was incriminated. So, to me, I think it's very much possible just to intimidate people.
Okay.
But why should we fear anyway? Yes.
Okay, we are obviously going to speak about this on our platform, and I know possibly it will reach the DCI. We'll also call them just to make sure that this is a matter they are following or not following, because I feel like we would love to be enjoined in any of these accusations or any of these lawsuits. If anyone from the DCI is listening or this reaches them, what would you want them to know?
I would just like anybody else or even the DCI to just know that this is just my story. I am not a criminal, first of all. Secondly, I have not harassed or bullied or abused anyone. So, if by any chance this is a rumor, which I hope it is, then let me just hope the DCI should not be involved in arresting people without any criminal offense. And if by any chance there is a case, we have the courts of law. Let's discuss on the courts of law. In the courts of law, yes.
All right, Mama, thank you. All right, so that's actually pretty much it. That's Josephine and myself, in a conversation, on a call. And as you can hear, she's still strong, but I wouldn't say there's a part of me that doesn't worry about her. But I feel like we could all cover her in prayer. At the end of the day, guys, fear is what the devil sells you. Fear is what this person is selling to his followers. The fact that if someone wants to come out of this cult, he says, repent, you'll not go to heaven, you'll get cancer, all these things. Nah, let's just go, like, no. And I love one of my favorite quotes is actually, it's like, speak even when your voice shakes, say your truth. I'm just paraphrasing, not sure if that's exactly what that particular quote says, but, just talk your truth even if your voice shakes, and we are following this closely. I hope nothing happens to Josephine. I hope that the DCI understand what their role first is. I hope that the rumors I've heard that this person works with authorities. There's actually someone who we wanted to interview, someone who you guys have recommended a lot in this particular video. And even her, she's hesitant because of the threats that, this person has. Like, even some of the people who we talked with off camera, they will be like, we were arrested 3 days and we were intimidated because of this particular name. So it tells you that this is someone who works hand in hand with some people, not, of course, kama analipa, kama alipi, whatever it is, but you can tell this is someone who can easily call the authorities or who can easily call his friends in some of these bureaus, and they will come through and they will intimidate you and they will make you scared and they will come up with all these terms, cybercrime, I don't know what, all these things, and us, we are like, let's go there. Actually, how about we go there? How about you join us in this particular case that you are talking about? If there's a particular crime that was committed by one of our guests while airing their stories, please could you join us? We are interested in being enjoined in that particular matter, because I have no idea what wrong Josephine did. I have no idea why some people are so pressed with her story, and I can only hope that I have so many emails, so many of you from this cult wanting to share their stories also on this particular platform, and I could intentionally just make the whole February a cult conversation. Like I said, personally, am I scared? Absolutely not. Mimi uoga iliisha. We said aura for aura. And I mean that. And I need to be quoted. Like if there's a day that will come and I need to be quoted on that, please, please quote me on that particular statement. Because I feel like people bank on how scared and how afraid you can be as a human being. And guys, you have to remember, the devil thrives in secrecy. As long as we are not talking about this, as long as we are not having these conversations, as long as we are not talking about these people, the devil is thriving. He thrives in secrecy, he thrives in darkness, and he thrives in knowing that he has given you enough fear that you cannot speak. And even they know after you come out of this particular cult, your life is so disorganized, you don't know where to go. But I'm extending a lot of love and light, a lot of grace to anyone that is coming out of a particular, not just a cult, but any type of brainwash. You're discovering yourself again, you're getting to know yourself again, you're getting to learn and relearn in a way you best know how. I'm sending you a lot of love and light. As always, do share your thoughts on the comment section. As I said, I hope these are allegations. I hope the DCI will not, I hope they know what their job is, and I hope they know this is not something that they need to waste our resources on. And as Josephine has rightfully said, if this is a matter that needs to go before a court of law, let's actually go there. Like, honestly, let's do things the legal way and let's go there. Let this person say when they were mentioned, let them say the signs that made them think this is a conversation about them. Let them tell us why they are so scared. Let them tell us why they are so pressed. And we will do our best to continue bringing this conversation to you guys. And as I said, even on the comment section, we know there are people who are in cults and they can't come out because there's so much that depends on, they depend so much on their parents. So let's also extend some grace to people who are there and they don't know the best way to come out of that place. My name is Lynn Ngugi. Share your thoughts on the comment section. Let me know what you think, and probably I see you tomorrow. You know what time? 10, our official times, 10 a.m. or 7 p.m. Bye.